Hi, and welcome to Couchspiration. This is the continuing saga of my couch and the inspiration which I get from the couch. It was once someone else's couches, but now it is mine. So I hope you enjoy this adventure. So here's the deal. I've gotten some excellent responses to Couchspiration, but I've been away for a little bit. In fact, it's been about a month since I did the last one. And no, this isn't one of those posts where I go, oh, no, I'm so sorry, I haven't responded, oh, my world is in shambles, I've gone out to the African rainforests and looked at a hippo live and in color and gotten inspiration from that and pulled on its tail and it trumped my car and the whole world is now in some weird tailspin. I'm not going to do that. I completely understand why I've been lax and haven't gotten any couch-spirations to you. And I was going so good and oh my god. But no, this isn't one of those posts. In fact, that's pretty much what I want to talk with you about today. I'm going to take you back for a couple weeks. The second week of January, we went to GAFILC, which is Georgia's premier filking convention. There were over 100 people there, and it made for a weekend to remember, and it was absolutely amazing. There were people, performers there that were just, brain-knobbingly good. And so it was something, it was a pleasure to be there, it was a reward, and it taught me a few things about the habits and the things that I've been trying to keep up with. Now, if you've been keeping up with me, I've been dieting and following the diet that I got from Penn Jillette. Yes, he is the magician, and yes, he did write a book. But there's pretty much a solid foundation in the diet that he went with and he lost 100 pounds with. So I've been following the Penn Jillette Nutritarian IF diet and getting good results. I've lost about 60 pounds. Well, if I'm going to be realistic, I've lost about 55 pounds, and I lose those 55 pounds fairly recently, fairly regularly. And I'm kind of waiting for a breakthrough. I keep hitting the edge of where, I think I should be and where I go lower, and then I kind of mess it up. And yeah. But, so I've been following it to good results, and while I'm not being in exception mode, I managed to lose about a pound a day. And this is wonderful, especially for somebody of my size. But what happens, sometimes is I think of things as exceptions in my life. I think of an event in my life or something that's coming up as an exception. And everything goes off the rails. Every tiny little thing, in fact. The diet, it teeters off, and suddenly I'm looking at 22 pounds gained at the end of a weekend with nothing to show for it than swollen legs and really good memories of other people and stuff like that, but feeling essentially fatter than a heifer. And so I kept thinking about that and thinking about how being out of pocket and being out of range means that your brain thinks you're forced to improvise, that you're like, oh no, I'm taking this, getting on this new thing, getting something new happening in my life, and I've got to change all my parameters. I have to change all the things that need to be changed, But the thing is, in reality, what it's really doing is adding just another die of difficulty. It's not impossible to get the job done. It's not impossible to make sure that you're still sticking with the diet, or it's not impossible to make sure that you're still keeping track of your money and doing what you need to be doing with that. So it's not impossible to eat what you need to eat when you're out on the road, and it's not impossible to write a page a day. It's harder, but it's not impossible. And I love to think in terms of possibility and probability, and this is just one of those places where it's like, oh wow, that's cool. So one of the huge things that I do that kill my plans, that kill my future self, that make my future self unhappy, is to think of something as an exception. And like, take it out of being to just being a day and put it into terms of being a special day. Like, I closed a deal today that adds $10,000 a year to my bottom line. And then the next response to that is, well, hell, let's go celebrate. You know, I feel the urge to go out for steak, or I feel the urge to go out for, you know, a giant piece of cake, or it's my birthday today, so I need a giant piece of cake and some ice cream and all of that. Or then there's the emotional eating part of it. You know, I've had a shitty day. Oh my God, my boss was a piece of crap to me, and I have no idea what the hell I'm going to do. And let's go drown my sorrows. I'm going to go torture myself by having a couple of drinks, and I'm going to eat this wonderfully decadent thing over at, you know, O'Charlie's to make myself feel better. Or I'm going to go to the Vortex and I'm going to have the Tater Tot Mountain, and we're going to have nacho tater tots, and oh my God, I'm going to have it drowning in cheese and the whole thing. And it's still crappy for my diet. Or, you know, I didn't do X today. I did not have a cigarette today. And I need to celebrate that win by doing something that's incredibly detrimental to me. I need to celebrate my win by making myself lose in a different area. And it's kind of weird when you start thinking about it like that. It's like, wait a minute. And so I think about all our major, you know, the holiday season, which you're supposed to celebrate the joys and the trials that you've lived through the year, and you're closing out the year, and you're having all of these exceptions at the holiday party. You're having more drinks than you should, or you're having all the turkey and all the stuffing and all the dressing and all this and all of that and all of that to prove to yourself that you've made it. But how good does that help your future self? What kind of impact does that have on your future self? I know I was looking at some kind of stupid with, you know, hey, I've gained 22 pounds and I've done all these things and I celebrated and I went off the rails, and now I have to have a week or 2 weeks to make up for the celebrations that I was having. And we look everywhere we can to make exceptions in the diet plan. Well, I need to have this cheat day, I need to have this thing, I need to reward myself with something that's bad for me. And I get caught in the narrative of every single day I'm trying to have an exception. And unfortunately, every single day of having an exception is not an exceptional day. And so we have done a lot of things, and granted, a lot of this stuff starts when we're young. So the parents are like, hey, you were good, and you did something really good, or you got straight A's, or you know, you didn't get into a fight in class, or something like that. So I was good, and my parents would take me out to, you know, I could have McDonald's. So McDonald's became linked with being a reward. I was good, I can go to McDonald's. And that was great, and that was wonderful, but it primed the pump here in my adult life, in my nearly 50-year-old life. Oh my God, I'm nearly 50. But it primed it for self-sabotage. So I think every time that I've done good, I need to go to McDonald's to prove to myself that I've done good. And that's nice and that's wonderful, but McDonald's, as you know, isn't really known for its great food, but it's not even that. It's, you know, it's not McDonald's, it's sushi, it's this or it's that. And so I'm killing my budget, I'm killing this, I'm killing that. And it's just not working. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's just not working. And so I've been working on finding different ways to do things, working on finding different rewards, working on finding different ways I can reward myself. If you try to convince me that exercise and that kind of thing, you know, exercise and moving my body and getting sweaty and all of that is a reward, I am not going to believe you. You know, oh, go and reward yourself by doing this. Go and reward yourself by, writing 50 pages, or go and reward yourself by walking around, or go and reward yourself. And that does not work. So I've been looking at myself, and I've been looking at what kind of rewards would help my future me. What helps the future me? What helps the future you? What things do I need to know now to grow into my future me? My future me is a superhero and hero. My future me can fly. My future me has these amazing superpowers. My future me is confident out the ass. My future me is everything. Because, we are the seeds of our future selves. And I think it's going to be the conversation of one of the future Couchspirations, but that future me is rooting for us. My future me is rooting for me, that's for sure. And my now me is rooting for you. So I'm thinking that maybe my now me and my future me are both rooting for you guys to do well. And there are a lot of reasons for that. Perhaps selfish, perhaps not. But I want to see all of you succeed, because you're phenomenal people. You're phenomenal individuals. And you need to, you need to be everything that you can be. It's an imperative. It's wonderful. It's all of that in a bag of ho-hos. Or, a bag of money or something like that. I don't know. But this is definitely stuff that should probably be contemplated, be thought about. What can I do to reward myself that will make future me happy? But not only that, it's not make future me happy, that won't hamstring her, that won't make her go, what in the ever-loving hell are you doing? And so, for now, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to say it's been a great day and it's been a great conversation. But I'm going to leave you, and I will have more Couchspiration for you later. I'm not sure when I will, but I'm pretty sure that I'll have another Couchspiration. So I say thank you, and I thank you for all of the time that you've spent, listening to me yammer. And I hope that your day is great, and may you be well.